for the little live thing to pop. Oh, yo, welcome to another episode of the Aftermath Podcast. Your boy Snapback T. What's good, bro?
Chilling, man.
What's good?
Chilling,
What's good? What's
cool.
good?
Got a
We
guest
got a
on. We
guest
got them
tonight.
hurricanes coming this week. Shouts out to that boy Ben for hopping on. The rest of them was
Oh
scared.
man, I should
So
have been
man,
scared too.
man, how you been though,
No,
Ben? How life been going for you?
I'm good, them hours at work, the kids, wife driving me crazy type of thing.
Yeah. I already know how I go.
Y'all,
Same, bro. Just trying to get this money, trying to make sure everything's straight with the kids and the family.
cooling, Ben. Cooling, bro.
so what about them Gators though? Huh? They ain't doing
Hey, hey, man.
Let's get right into it. This
Man, y'all got
this
us,
old
dog.
Publix talk, man. This old
Y'all,
Publix talk.
y'all surprised
10:51
us
seconds
on
like.
that last recruit, that DB. But
You know,
yo,
at least Mario doing what he's supposed to be doing, right? I mean, he's supposed to be recruiting, right? They brought him in to win them kind of battles, and at least he's doing that.
that's true.
Yeah, so
That's
I'm not gonna
true.
be mad about the season if he get a top five class. 'Cause, I mean, if he don't get a top five
Whoa.
class, we don't get this. We don't. Yeah, hey, 'cause we don't get the same results if we don't get top five.
Top five though. I mean, Jimbo had the number one recruiting class. I don't mean he gonna win.
Well, Jimbo had it, year 6, 7. Not year one.
Yeah, man.
Well, I guess he's not on 6, 7. He's like 5 years in.
Man, where y'all at right now in the recruiting, Ben?
Last I look on the composite, we number 8.
Dang.
Yeah, I
Number
think
8,
y'all was number 8.
19
Y'all was
recruits.
number 8, and then y'all in Florida was
Yeah,
number 9.
yeah. I think Florida got 3 more recruits than us too. I think we I think
Man.
we combing through Florida's recruiting list right now, saying who we want next.
Oh, hell no. All right.
Nah,
It might be. But
Nah.
man, let's
I
hop
mean,
into it, man.
there's some big names they thinking coming, so we'll see. We'll know by the end of the month what it's looking like.
Shit, I don't keep up with recruiting like that. So
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah, me
mean.
about
With
none.
Norvell there, yeah, Florida State fans checked out from recruiting.
oh man, no, I don't know. I never was like really deep into recruiting. I started getting into it a couple years ago, but then I realized how dumb that stuff was because like you don't know, you can't get mad or you don't know where these little kids gonna go, where they gonna
You
pick.
don't, yeah, you can't be that tight on it, but like I think overall it does tell you where the program's going. Like, well, I mean, I'll probably pay attention to it even more than y'all do. So I mean, uh, well, I think every year that let's say whoever wins the number one class, that class has always won a national championship. So I mean, it means something, right? Yeah, obviously the class has been Alabama and Georgia, but
Yeah,
like when Jimbo did that one year, that was the Jameis class,
yeah.
won the national title. So I mean, it means something.
So you telling me Jimbo finna win a national championship at Texas A&M
I
in the
don't know.
next couple of years?
He about to lose some of them recruits, so we'll have to see what some of the people on his team transferring. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
They they
So
they paid Jimbo a lot of money, and I'm pretty sure his contract was guaranteed when he
it
signed it. So
is. It
yeah,
is.
so
It is.
unless they want to pay the man 90 million to leave, that hurts.
Yeah. So I mean, let's just hop into it, man. We back around to this time of year. Miami fans are talking a lot of noise throughout the off season. And now the season's here, the games have been played, and now we come in this first week of November. Miami versus Florida State. What's some of y'all favorite memories of Miami, Florida State?
Well, for me, my favorite game is probably the Ja'Cory Harris game. So that had to be uh
2010.
that 09? 09, 210, somewhere around there, where like Florida State drove it all the way down and came up
Drop the
just short
pass.
because God dropped the pass. Yeah,
Yeah, that,
I think with this series, there's so many of them that are really really close. Like I mean, what we should have won? God, we should have won like 3 or 4 games.
yeah.
So
Those
what? Like
Labor Day
20,
games.
2014, 2015, 2016.
2014. We always went to that game. Y'all was close.
No.
But then
You
y'all
talking
got
about 2013? We got blown out basically, but 2014 we came close. I'm pretty
that
sure
was in
that
Miami.
was the
Oh
block
yeah, I
field
went to
goal.
that game.
That was the block field goal, right? Because I
Nah,
think y'all
that
won by
was
1 point. Y'all won that
That was
game.
a Jalen Ramsey game. That was a Jalen Ramsey game.
Okay, yeah. See, that's the problem. Jalen Ramsey dominated the game. Dalvin Cook dominated the game. It's just like y'all have had the more elite players on y'all's team, and the game gets away from us.
And I think 2015 was the block, or maybe it was. Yeah, it had to be 2015 because I was last year. DeMarcus Walker was there. But yeah, I mean,
we'll have to see how this thing goes.
I just like the whole overall those series that 7-game or 6-game winning streak we went on. That was just my favorite time, man. It was a good time for me. At the same time, we was beating the Gators every year too. So I mean, I knew it had to come.
Spoiled.
I knew it had to come to an end eventually, but look like we finna go streaking again, start another streak. So we'll see how this thing roll up in the next 24 hours. What you got to say, B?
Shoot, I just remember y'all like like you said, the Labor Day games.
I used to hate them games because I mean, you was in middle school and high school, and just overall having to deal with going to school right after the game and everybody talking noise. You don't want to hear that junk.
Yeah.
When all the Labor Day games were going on, I don't think I knew y'all then. I think I was in Virginia.
Nah, that was probably before we got out of high school. I think maybe sophomore year. Our sophomore year was the last time they did a Labor Day game, which was kind of cool at the time because they kind of got it out of the way. And you had to sit there and wait for Miami to say, "Oh,
but now
don't
you
get
can
it."
kind of see how we are,
right?
Like how you was talking about in the beginning. Miami was talking hella trash before the season started. We felt good. I think y'all texted me and I said 8-4 is the floor. Like 8-4 is still there, I guess, but it ain't easily attainable.
Nah, what y'all would have to win out?
Yeah, we'd have to win out. We got Clemson in 2 weeks too, so now
that don't mean a lot.
I'm not gonna sit here and sound homerish to you, but like I don't think every game is just easy chalk up loss, right? Like I think Clemson is obviously way better than us, but like I think our defensive line is really, really, really good, and so I think they give you a shot in every game.
They're okay then.
Offense doesn't give it away.
They're okay.
I think you'll be shocked. Hey, I think you'll be surprised. I'm pretty
now, Ben, when we dropped 250 yards rushing on y'all,
nigga, they're 250.
I don't think that's happening. Like, I feel pretty confident this D line is pretty stout. Right?
Okay, so is y'all D line better than Clemson's? Y'all D line better than Clemson?
Talent wise, probably not, but the production is there. Does that make sense? The production is there. We just don't have like the back end consistently helping out the D line. Right? So like
I agree with you that the production is there, the stats are there, but look at the opponents. You gotta look at the opponents too.
I get it, but I mean, you can say the same thing for Clemson, right? I mean, like Clemson played Florida State, and then they played Wake Forest, but Wake Forest basically ran all over them boys, right? Wake Forest killed them, right? You can't put up 50 points. Yeah, but I'm saying you can't put up 50 points and act like you had a good game defensively. I mean, no. Like, I mean, I know everybody's going to throw out the MTSU game, right? The Middle Tennessee game. But, like, if you go back and watch every single game Miami has lost, the offense gave the defense no chance. Like no chance. You can't start a game against anybody and spot them 10, 15 points every single time. Like
Yeah,
the
trust me,
A&M
I know
game,
that.
go watch. Right, you go watch the A&M game. Miami spotted Texas A&M basically 7 because you had that muff punt, and then the defense was trying to defend 30 yards. Middle Tennessee, they gave them 10 points off rip because we had 3 turnovers in 5 plays, or I think it was in 4 plays. You can't do that, and they all were in within the 30. Like, what is the defense supposed to do? So the defense is giving up 21 points a game, but I can sit here and honestly say maybe 30 or 40 of those points are because the offense legit gave them the worst starting position they ever could. So I do think the defense, they do have some buzz, but that D line is really, really good. And I think in the secondary, they can stick with people. They just have bad communication. And so when the communication messes up, it's a big play. So I'm not saying they're elite defensively, but the defense is there. So don't act like the defense isn't there. The offense, that's a different story. I can't.
I mean,
We
I'm
look
not,
like
I'm
moose
not,
champs.
I'm not taking the credit away from the defensive front. And like you said, I'm looking at the back end, the secondary, and I know our receivers been eating. So, and I know
Like I
we
said,
got look like we're gonna have Trayshawn Ward back. So we got a 3-headed monster back, man. If you
we'll
drop
see.
300, 250, 300.
Even Florida State hadn't ran on everybody like they think they have. They average 200 a game, but some of those games have been doubled up against certain people, right? So that first game you had 400 yards rushing. That's not repeatable. For the rest of the season, that's not repeatable. 400 is not repeatable. I think you had another game in there where you had 350. It's not repeatable.
Versus
Against
Boston
everybody you have on the
College.
schedule left. Yeah, it's not repeatable, right? Because you're not gonna do that against Florida. You're not gonna do that against Syracuse. You're
I
not gonna do
don't
that against
know.
Miami.
I don't know.
You're not running for 300. I can tell you that now. So
Oh man.
I wouldn't be shocked. I don't see this really going Miami's way, but I wouldn't be shocked to see a really, really tight game going in the fourth quarter. And if that's the case, that means Miami's defense is playing a freaking game. They're balling out.
Yeah, you gonna have to make. You have to make. Well, Florida State, they have done. They'll have a little sloppy time, and George Travis will start trying to press and stuff like that, and you have them kind of moments. But man, I just don't. Overall, I don't see it. I just see. I don't see it, man. I just see,
Hey,
especially that first
last
drive,
year,
first couple.
y'all didn't see it either. Y'all nobody saw Florida State really beat Miami last year, right? I mean, we
I
were putting
did.
up 500 yards a game going in. But what you say then? You said I don't know. It's rivalry week, Ben. We'll see. That's what you said. So we'll see.
But how do you feel about the coaching staff overall, besides the recruiting? You feel like the offensive coordinator is a good fit for y'all? How you feel about that
It's
side of the ball?
it's hard to tell because all right. So let me start with Cristobal, right? My number one choice was Lane Kiffin because I think in college football, if you can scheme up an offense, you can score, right? So sometimes scheme can beat a system can kind of beat some players. Does it make sense?
Yeah,
But Cristobal, with the offensive coordinator he has and Josh Gaddis, it's obviously you need some players here. And if you don't have all the players, it might just look bad. And so right now, I think we're seeing it looks bad. And I think it only looks bad because you don't have a dominant receiver, right? Because the receivers keep getting hurt, which some of them are back, but they haven't really been playing enough, so you don't really know what they're gonna do yet.
is that receiver?
Uh
That receiver. What's his last name? I can't think of his name. Is he playing tomorrow?
Restrepo,
Yeah.
Restrepo. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
playing, but see, like, I don't know, like how much he's gonna play, just because like the guy that's been in for him is, he's been good too. Like he's had some moments. Like I don't think he's gonna catch like Restrepo would catch 10 balls a game. I don't know if this guy's gonna catch 10 balls a game. Brashard Smith, I don't know if he's catching 10 balls a game.
Hey, what
But
injury is he coming
he's still
back
good.
from?
He broke his foot.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
about
So
T? What
we'll
about
see.
TBD? What's the word on him?
Some people say he's playing. Some people say he's not playing. I don't know. I don't know. If he plays, I feel a lot more optimistic. If Garcia plays, I think Garcia can actually. I mean, like, I think there's something there with Garcia. I think he can actually play this game. Now, I think that Duke game rattled him up because I mean, we had 8 turnovers and he had 5 or something on him. But like,
Did TBD get hurt in that game, or did he?
he got hurt in that game.
So Garcia was just thrown in.
Yeah, but see,
So
he's been thrown in before and he's actually played well. So that's why, like, I think he can do it. But like, the Duke game was like, kind of like he was getting hit so much. Being a younger quarterback, you kind of get rattled a little easier, right? Like, just go back to 2 years ago when Jordan Travis got hit. Remember, he was crawling on the ground in that Florida State Miami game. Iconic picture, by the way. But
no, I don't remember.
yeah,
I just know my coach. I just know my head coach wasn't coaching.
Okay. So I'll send you the picture. I'll send you the GIF. But like, yeah, I mean, like, if you're kind of like, younger and you're getting hit, I can see you being rattled. Then I think the next game they was like, hey, don't do too much, and everything was kind of like dink and dunk. But you're not gonna be able to dink and dunk in this game all day. It's just not gonna work out. You don't have like enough explosive talent to just do that.
Nah, our secondary gonna eat that up.
You're pretty high on your secondary here. I think you got one guy back there.
Yeah. Yeah, I only got one guy that I really trust back there, but still, man, we still gonna eat that shit up.
One guy back there. One guy back there. I mean, what? How many deep balls did Clemson hit on y'all? Right, that put that game away. And we're not gonna sit here and say Clemson's offense is amazing, because Clemson's offense is not that good either. But y'all made them look amazing that night.
We only lost by like 6 points, bro. What you talking about?
Whoa. Now, Clemson put that thing in neutral for a while. Everybody knew that game was over.
Like Georgia did to Florida last weekend.
We not even talking about us though. See,
everybody knew that game was over, and nobody really felt like they had a chance. It was kind of like that. Yeah.
Man, I don't care what you say. We had a chance in that game. We could have came back and won that, but we ran out of time.
Oh yeah.
But man,
it's like you ran out of time in the NC State game, right?
We did. Nah, I don't know what the hell we did.
Just like the Wake Forest game. Just like the Wake Forest, you ran out of time.
Wake Forest game ran out of time.
I'm sure LSU feels the same way. They just ran out of time.
They might.
I mean, if that game was 5 minutes late, if that game was 5 minutes longer, you would have lost, right?
I don't know, Ben. It wasn't 5 minutes longer, so.
Exactly. It wasn't longer.
But I mean, just go ahead and throw out a score. How you think it's gonna play out? What you think is gonna happen? And then I'll pick one and then we'll hop on them Gators.
All right. Well, I truly think this defense is gonna be here, right? Because I'm thinking in my head, this is almost like a game when Miami played Notre Dame in 2017, right? Notre Dame was obviously like, well, no. Now, I don't think it's the same kind of situation, obviously. I just think, like, the energy in that and the building is going to be similar, right? Like, everybody had Notre Dame to win that game. Everybody had Florida State to win this game. But, like, nobody kind of gives Miami a chance. Now, this Miami team is not nearly as good, but the Florida State team is not nearly as good either, right, as that team. Now, the offense is really good, but everything else is, like, okay enough. And so I think if Miami can get some stops here defensively, and the crowd gets in it, because the crowd's, I mean, it's sold out, and you know they're gonna show up. Miami fans can kind of show up now. I think
I gotta see this
No,
sold out, dog. I got to see this sold out.
hey,
it's
they got
because
sold out.
Florida State
Wow,
fans came and bought the stadium out.
No, it's because it's a night game, right? If it wasn't a night game, it wouldn't have been sold out. And yeah, because of Florida State, right? Because of Florida State, because it's Cristobal first year, and then because it's a night game. You know, if it was 3:30, I don't know if it's gonna be a sellout. You know, you're in the hot sun type of thing. But I'm gonna go. It hurts, but it depends, right? It depends on who's playing. But if Garcia's playing, that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 24-17 Florida State. That's where I'm gonna go. 24-17 Florida State. But I don't think it takes much for it to change. I'm thinking fourth quarter is tight. Like, I mean, tight. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Miami's winning by like a field goal in the fourth quarter. But I just think Florida State just can move the ball a little bit easier than Miami.
Wait, bro. How are y'all going, bro? Bro, what happened last week? I mean to ask you that.
They couldn't move the ball. I thought they played it safe the whole time, but the defense was lights out.
So you don't think Cristobal gonna play it safe again? That's always been Cristobal MO. He did that in Oregon too.
No. I think he played it safe because they had 8 turnovers the game before.
You don't want to have 8 turnovers with Florida State.
Well, yeah, I think they're gonna see if they can run the ball on y'all, which I think we'll be able to run it enough on you, but you know you're gonna have to pass the ball downfield. So at some point, somebody's got to build
Fabian Lovett is back. Fabian Lovett is back. Ain't nobody finna be running no ball like that.
You know what's crazy? I don't think Fabian Lovett, Fabian is the best D tackle in the game. I think the best D tackle in the game is gonna be on Miami. I think Leonard Taylor is gonna ball the freak out, and y'all are gonna be like, bro, how is this guy getting in the backfield so much? I think Leonard Taylor could be the best.
Y'all got one good defensive lineman versus Clemson that had an 8 deep.
I think there's more than that. I think you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked here. But I think Leonard Taylor is a different type of twitch. Like hike the ball, buddies in the backfield type of thing. Somebody's got to do something. Like it's gonna be that quick. And he's done it so many times throughout the year, where like you haven't seen it consistently. But
he played defensive tackle.
He played D tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And like he is a second year 5-star player. Oh yeah, Brandon should know.
Mm-hmm.
That Florida missed out on him. But yeah, I mean he just it seemed like it's coming together, and now he's put a couple of games in a row on, and like that, I think that Virginia game. I mean, I think he had like I could be exaggerating. I think he had like a sack and a half, maybe 4 tackles for loss. It was something crazy. And I'm like, and that's from the D tackle position. He's only playing like 20, 30 snaps. And I wouldn't be shocked if they say, you know what? Let him play 50, 60. Burn him out. Because, I mean, if he's playing efficiently, that means Florida State's getting stopped, and he's not really going to be on the field as often as, they think, if he's productive. So we'll have to see.
Well,
what you got? What's the score?
I don't see Miami doing much of anything. I'll get on board about
17.
Yeah. I'm saying 13-14 for Miami. At least 35-38 for Florida State. At least.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think we hop out pretty early, 14-0. Y'all
wow.
might make it a little close around then, 14-0, 14-7, 14-10. And I feel like we'll go back to running the ball, make the game a little bit faster than it could be, because we can probably run the score up. I love to drop 52 on them boys.
Okay, that ain't
50 plus on them.
Nah,
drop 50 on them boys. Man, y'all let Middle Tennessee State drop like 40, so it ain't. Don't say it can't happen.
See, once again, we spotted them 10 points up front because the offense got 3 turnovers in 4 plays. And then every other touchdown, I think except for one, was a coverage bust because it was bad communication, but it was running wide open. Right, safety
And you
top
don't
over the
think
help wasn't there because they didn't
Mike
communicate.
Norvell, the schemer, not
They,
going to try to confuse y'all secondary?
I think Mike Norvell's a great offensive coach, but I mean, the problems aren't happening as often as they were then, right? It's like the very next game after that was North Carolina. In North Carolina, the same thing happened. So we spotted North Carolina 2 touchdowns off rip because of miscommunication. So I mean, so you had North Carolina even. I mean, like I understand it is part of the game, but like, yeah, the defense busted because I said the secondaries were like the problem is. It's not like they. I think for the most part they can handle, you know, covering a man, but like it becomes okay. Now I'm passing it off to somebody else. That's where like people not knowing their job and not knowing what they're supposed to do, and it gets lost. But like I mean,
Yeah,
if North Carolina is the best offense in the ACC, they only scored 27.
they got the best
That's just
quarterback in the ACC.
they're the best offense in the ACC. They put up points basically in every game.
We're not North Carolina.
I mean, okay, we'll see. I don't think you'll outscore North Carolina unless Miami gets a whole bunch of turnovers, which we didn't have a whole bunch of turnovers in that North Carolina game. So if Miami turns the ball over, it's gonna get ugly. But if Miami's not turning the ball over, it's a game. I'm telling you, right? I think it's gonna be a game.
Well, I think we get 2 interceptions out of y'all quarterbacks, whoever play. So we're
Depends
gonna
on
get
who
at least
plays.
2.
Depends on who
I'm
plays.
saying I don't care who plays. We're gonna get at least 2.
I can tell you, he ain't scoring 38. I'll put it right now. Let me say 38, and he ain't scoring 38.
38-17, Florida State. What you got, B? You know you like that running game, that 3-headed monster. Go ahead and talk that noise. Tell Ben what it is.
I like 40.
Gee, what?
I like 40. The 27.
Is he saying the Georgia score? The Georgia-Florida score? What's he doing?
Man, that's gonna be our score. 40-27.
That's too close for me.
Oh, you got Miami winning? You ain't
That's
say who winning.
That's too many
Miami
points.
winning.
That's too many points.
You said it's 20 points.
For Miami.
Yeah. If we win, we not breaking 30.
Yeah.
So nobody.
If they win, Florida State turned the ball over 8 times.
Okay. All right. I'm about to hang up the call because he ain't even realistic no more.
Bro, y'all did turn over the ball 8 times, so it can happen.
Hey, with what you've seen from Miami this year, how long do you think it's gonna take to do a rebuild for this?
It depends on the class. So, I mean, 2 years because I think he can get transfers, obviously, but he obviously wants to build it with the class, which I mean, that's the best way to do it, right? Give recruits, you got him for 3 years, at least. But if he can recruit at the level we're expecting him to recruit, come 2024, I mean, it's ball game then, right? Because I mean, I think we played Florida that year, we played Clemson that year, Florida State, and I want to say Notre Dame too. So I mean, that's your shots right there. I mean, by then I'm not sure if the playoffs expand. That might be the same year the playoffs expand. But like, I mean,
late 2026.
You win 2 of the 2026. Okay, so you win 2 of those games. I mean, you're probably going 10-2.
Let's not look too far ahead.
Yeah, it's too far ahead, but like that's a good schedule. And then you'll have the talent then, so there won't be no more excuses. But let me go. My little girl fell asleep. I gotta get this.
All right, man. We appreciate you coming on, man.
It
was good talking to you. Go Noles.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Ben Frank, man.
Ben. That boy Ben. We used to have long, crazy talks at Publix, bagging, cashiering, talking about Florida State, Miami, and Florida.
Next year, we back.
Sorry.
We back next year.
Wait till next year. That was
That's why I asked
Dan's
him that question. That's why I want to see how long it
see
was
if you're
gonna
gonna
take.
say just wait till next year.
Yeah. So what I do is I know for the next 2 years I might hear it, right? And then the following 2 years after that 2 year hit, I know I might still hear it. But then see, it's like a never ending thing because then they'll go back and say, "Oh no, it'll be another 2 years," and then you 4 years out, then we in 38. We still waiting for them to come back. Hey, would you be opposed to you switching conferences?
What you mean? You mean like
Like
the
going,
division or the whole
yeah,
conference?
yeah, like going to a different division, like going to a different conference.
Nah, I already said put us in the SEC so we can win that shit.
Okay.
That easy ass conference. Man, let's talk about these Gators and these Bulldogs last Saturday, bro. What happened?
I'm saying,
Did you ever rewatch the game? I know you was debating should you do it or not.
yeah, I rewatched a little bit of it. But yeah, man, you know, we knew what was gonna happen. We knew what was gonna happen, but I'm just happy they fought back. I like how they did that, man. I like how that media team pieced that little clips together because it really fed me hope, boy. It really fed me hope. They got lucky on a couple plays. Georgia did the little tip pass for the touchdown. That was pretty. That was good awareness of the wide receiver, but it is what it is, man. Georgia played it. They played a good game, heck of a game. And
Yeah, I mean
Florida was on the bad end of the stick.
that's all it be most of the time. Just the other one team playing a cleaner game than the other. That's like you
I
trying
don't
to
know
tell that boy
where
Ben.
I don't know where Georgia got this luck like this, like these past couple years, man. I was telling T, I was like, man, I don't like the way Kirby was talking to Ant at the end of the game. I don't like that he was hugging him and whispering something. I don't know what he was telling him, but I don't like that,
I'll
man.
pay you $1 million a transfer.
I don't like that, man. But
Stetson Bennett's going to the draft this year. He could come be a day one starter, win a national championship with a great defense to back you up. Not players getting kicked off the team.
and but see, it's the same player that got kicked off Georgia team about, dog. So hey, it is what it is.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did
Connor,
talk about it.
yeah, Connor told me I should listen to him, man.
But so y'all got Texas A&M this week coming up. How you feel about that going against Jimbo once again?
It's 11 o'clock game, versus Jimbo. Jimbo
Y'all go
got
to the College Station.
Yeah, we go to College Station,
shit.
so it's at 12 o'clock, turn to 11 o'clock. So, and Jimbo, one thing that you got to watch about people like Jimbo like he'd be like, man, I'm gonna lose this, but I'm gonna circle this one right here because if I beat them, I can shut people
keep
up
my
a little
job.
bit.
Right.
Yeah. And so that's what I think he doing. That's what I think he about to try to do. And we got to stick. We got to come with it, man. Like Jimbo is losing players and stuff, but a lot of his freshmen are starting to play that he's recruited. So it's like he's teaching the freshmen that all right, this how we're gonna do it. This how we're gonna get to do it. So next year he'll be straight.
Yep.
But
They're gonna be by the time they sophomores and juniors, they're gonna be seasoned vets.
And that's when his number one class gets him in that champion, kick in, compete. You see what I'm saying? So it's good that y'all pointed that out. But that's what I think about Jimbo. But we got a freshman on Chris McClellan. I hope I'm saying the last name right, but like he came in number 7 and he's showing out on defense on the defensive line. So it's gonna be He was a number 4 player, I think, out of Oklahoma. The number 17 defensive tackle in the country. You know what I'm saying? Top 100, and he getting burned, especially now that Brenton Cox not in there no more. So it's gonna be it's gonna be pretty interesting, man. It's gonna be pretty interesting. We got some injuries on the tight end spot. I don't want to see if Odom. I talked about him last week. I think I want to see if Odom come back and play hard this week
What
and
happened to
play
that?
this week.
What happened to that? The white tight end y'all had that y'all was raving about at the beginning of the season. I
Um,
forgot his name.
I think is all right. So we got
Or his
one named
ring.
Odom, then we got one named Keeter or something like that. I think it's I forgot his last name, but I don't know where he's at. He came from if I can remember right, he's from Gainesville, but I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what happened to him. I don't, I was thinking about that. I haven't seen we hired all these people to be coaches, on the staff and stuff, but then we had a staff for like highlight player of the game or something like that, a star player, and I ain't seen nobody get that.
I know they just ain't keeping it in their house.
Man, I ain't seen nobody play like that, bro. So it is what it is, man. We gonna go to Texas A&M. We gotta listen to all they little chants they do, and all that. All salute to the servicemen. But you
They're
gonna get
rocking in
what?
the stands and stuff.
Yeah, all that hug and jump, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, what you got to score as?
See, it can get crazy, dog. I see a lot of gaps in they secondary where if Ant can break loose, he can take off on them. So
Yeah.
I like 35. I like 35-24.
Texas A&M.
UF. I
I'm gonna
like
pick y'all.
five
I'm gonna pick y'all to
touchdowns.
win because y'all always lose when I pick y'all to win.
Man, come
So,
on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
so I'm gonna go 27,
Yeah.
17 Gators. Beat Jimbo
27,
ass.
17. Man, I hope we do, man. Cause that can really shut I mean, even though we kind of picture Jimbo team sorry right now, that can kind of shut people off of Billy a little bit if we beat them, and then that kind of definitely shut people off of Jimbo if he beat us.
Right. So, I mean, still got a nice little slate for the upcoming weekend. I did not do my thing and get the games, the big games for
But
the
we can
weekend.
freestyle it.
So I'm just gonna rock it off the CBS app because we already did the games I care about. Got Air Force versus Army. Just kidding. I was kidding. Texas Tech versus TCU.
I like TCU. Horn
Uh,
Frogs.
Oklahoma State versus. Oh yeah, I like TCU too. I forgot. Oklahoma State versus Kansas. I'm not sure if the quarterback gonna be back.
I like Kansas. Oh, Oklahoma State pretty good. They decent this year. I like Oklahoma
Didn't they
State.
just get blown out last week?
I don't know. They might have, but I thought they were decent earlier in the year.
Yeah, they started off like 6-0, and they don't lost like the last two. So I pick Kansas because they're at home, and I feel like it's time for them to start riding the ship. They lost a couple games in October when they started off hot, just like Florida State. Time to finish the season strong.
Hey, Gundy always mess up when it's time to put the mullet up, man. Around when it's time to get like when it get a little colder outside, he always start messing up around the end of the year. He do good when it's summertime, the mullet flowing in the wind. When it start getting time to get cold, man, he mess up.
You got to tuck that mother up.
Yeah.
And then
Oh
Syracuse
man.
versus Pitt. Come at me. I'm a man.
Hey, y'all ain't played Syracuse yet, have y'all?
Nah, we play them next week.
Ooh, that's a nice
But they
little
quarterback out, I think.
Oh, dang, dog.
Yeah, they playing a backup.
Who they got? Syracuse who? Wait for
Pitt.
I like Dino, man. Dino. I see some who said Dino to Auburn.
Oh,
Somebody said that.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't see. I think Auburn gonna try to get like a more of. I don't see him being like that kind of coach. You got to get kind of a rough nose, kind of a schemer type coach, kind of a car salesman kind of a coach.
You better not let Dino come down to the South and find some of them barbers down here in the South, boy. Dino mess him up, dog. Don't let him do it. He get some of these South barbers. You know
he might need to come down here. He might need to come down here and get a barber cut from somebody from down south versus up there in New York. They're fucking his head up, put all that goddamn Beijing on his head. But I got Syracuse with it that bit, man. UCF versus Memphis. And then I'm gonna hop on some of these big games, and then we'll hop to NFL. I don't got a lot to say about the league, but we'll hop to the league.
Nah, UCF. Nah, Memphis. I like Memphis.
You like Mike Norvell old school?
Yeah, I like Mike Norvell at Memphis.
I got UCF. I know y'all tried to bring him in at one point. If y'all didn't get Dan Mullen, that's who y'all was gonna try to get next.
Yeah, okay.
And now he down in Florida State rocking shit up. Then we got some of these big games. Alabama versus LSU. 7:00 prime time on ESPN. But we know what game everybody's gonna be watching.
LSU just got a number 2 quarterback, didn't he?
Yeah.
So man, I like Alabama.
Alabama got a quarterback recruit this week too.
They both did.
Yeah, I got Alabama winning the game. I do think LSU gonna cover the spread, which I think was like 14 points. And I was like, damn, that's a lot for a rivalry game. And LSU not terrible. Yeah, I think it'd be like 4 or 5, like a 35-31 game, something like that. 38-34, something like that. I think they both got.
I like it.
Both got high power offenses, and then it's a night game, prime time on ESPN, so it's gonna be a nice little scoring game. Damn, there's a lot of good games that are going prime time tomorrow. Texas versus Kansas State. I should have did this one before the Alabama, but
I like Texas.
Yeah, I got Texas winning. Clemson versus or at Notre Dame, 7:30 tomorrow as well.
Man, I hate to say it, but I like Clemson.
I like Clemson too. Wake Forest at NC State. They say NC State and Wake Forest was mad because Florida State got the prime time on ABC. Florida State and Miami got the prime time game on ABC, and they didn't. They on ACC Network.
Who was mad?
Wake Forest and NC State. You know, they both ranked. They both ranked, and they put them on ACC Network, and Florida State and Miami not. And they put them on ABC.
Tell them try again next year.
Better luck next time. Got to put some respect on it. Who you got? Wake Forest, NC State. You know, NC State lost their quarterback for the season, but they got that freshman. We was talking about last week, MG Morris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Wake Forest because Wake Forest struggled last week. And it's time for them to get back on the right page. And then the biggest game of the weekend, let me make sure I got everything. Biggest game of the weekend. Tennessee. They number one in the college football poll, and then Georgia number one in the AP poll.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 3:30. They should have put that in at 8 and switched LSU and Alabama to 7. To 3:30.
You don't know how crazy this one to be, though.
Yeah, bro. Like what's like the best defense versus the best one of the best offenses?
Yeah, I like Tennessee to carve Georgia up and down the field.
Really?
Uh-huh. Now
Well,
I'm gonna
I
tell
think
you, Georgia is gonna pick Hooker off. Like the first couple, like first drive or two drives, he gonna pick them. They're gonna pick him off. It's gonna like you gonna be thinking, dog, bro. You are like his head should be messed up, but he gonna keep throwing it, and he gonna get him back. He gonna win.
yeah, I think in another app I picked Georgia to win because I was in my head. I was like Georgia. And I always like to go by, like to live by this thing where I always feel like why my camera keep flashing. I just feel like I'm like one of the people that just believe in can't beat a big dog until you beat the big dog. Until I see Tennessee beat the big dog, I got to pick Georgia, and that's how I kind of always stood with Alabama versus Georgia until I saw Georgia finally beat Alabama. I could never pick Georgia to beat Alabama. So, but according to this app, I picked Tennessee the other day, so that's what I'm gonna roll with. So I'm rolling with Tennessee to get
Yeah.
like 38, 35, 38, 31. Tennessee. Woo! That's crazy. Oh, you holding up the UT? I see you, bro.
Nah, I was throwing up
Go
this.
up the top. Oh, you throwing up the U?
Nah.
I don't know what's going on. My camera flickering. Your camera
My
looking
claim keep going in and out.
fuzzy.
It's a
I
it's
don't
a
know what's going
crazy
on.
Friday.
I don't know. Maybe because I'm watching the damn game at the same time. Friday night football. Gotta get this ACC in. I find myself making sure I watch ACC football, man. That's some good football, man. Y'all be trying to talk noise, but ACC football is where it's at. Got to represent for the conference. But overall, man, we just last night we saw the Eagles beat the Texans. The Gators' favorite running back Damian Pierce went off, had a bunch of yards, had a pretty good game. How you feel about the Eagles being 8-0 after kind of
Man,
seeing who they've been playing?
it's so funny watching. We all got homeboys that's Cowboys fans, and then you got some that's Eagles fans, and seeing them talk trash about each other. And now you see the Eagles is the ones who finally is in that top spot that everybody trying to get to. But this time they the top spot not only in they league, but in their division, in the whole league. And
Right.
so it's just a crazy thing to see. But I can they keep it up, man? It seemed like that. It's no like Jalen Hurts do. It's no pressure. It
Yeah, I
seemed
mean
like it's no pressure with him,
that's been
man.
him always. A cool, calm,
Yeah,
collected dude. That's what I always respected this game because he was, you know, I mean, ain't no knock versus the quarterbacks or even just I'll be honest with you, the black quarterbacks that's talking and yelling and being extra. They be extra sometimes. Cam Newton was a very extra guy, so it's like a
yeah,
different look with Jalen Hurts being such a cool, calm, collected guy. You don't get rattled. He just be chilling. He don't show no emotion. He don't show nothing. He just go out there, keep making plays. Even if he do make a mistake, he ready to go back out there, bounce back, and make another play. So I mean, it's been good to watch him on that aspect, and I'm glad because I think we was talking about it last year. They was talking about replacing him, getting who they want to bring in as the new quarterback. So now they got Jalen Hurts, and he kind of hopefully solidify his position, and probably if he continue to stay on the tear that he on, he probably win the MVP and put himself up there with the Lamar Jacksons and top quarterbacks, the Patrick Mahomes of the leagues right now. So it was a good look, even though they scheduled some of the guys they don't play. They played the Lions first and played the Vikings and Commanders, Jaguars, Cardinals, the Cowboys with Cooper Rush, the Steelers, and then the Texans start off 8-0. So I mean, I ain't hating or nothing. Congrats to them boys. Hope they keep winning, and see how the season continues to carry. But how about them Falcons though? Yeah, that was a crazy game. Did you watch any of that game or catch the highlights?
Nah, but how in the world y'all done got in the what? Y'all in first in the division?
Yeah, we first in the division at 4-4. Everybody else, Tampa Bay and the Saints are 3-5, and then since the Panthers lost, they're now 2-6. If they had won, it would have put them in first place because they would have owned a tiebreaker versus Tampa Bay and Atlanta, and they would have been 3-5, and everybody it would have been Atlanta, Tampa Bay, and the Panthers all 3-5. But again, whatchamacallit would have been at the top of the brackets there just because they got on the tiebreaker because they had just beat the Panthers last week, and then they would have beat the Falcons. But I gotta say, shout out to PJ Walker, bro. They quarterback. I respect that, man. I respect it because he another guy just been keeping his head down and working. And now Baker Mayfield got hurt. I think Sam Darnold out for the season. Sam Darnold out or whatever, or did they trade him or something? So I know Baker Mayfield got hurt, and they kind of opened up the window for him to get in, and he's taking advantage of it. I mean, he's had opportunities previously to kind of get in and kind of own the ropes, but it didn't happen for him previously. He just kept his head down, kept working. Came into this season. He wasn't the starting guy, but they trusted him enough, and he been balling. He did that jump last week. He just ran out sideline and cranked that bit and threw it down to the DJ Moore. And I wasn't even mad. I was just like, I was in awe, like, damn. And I was like, I mean, it always had this kind of stuff always happens to the Falcons. I get used to it at some points. I'm just like used to it. And then somehow, some way because I mean, this wouldn't be the first game this year that we squandered away a game. Because really, we should be at least like 6-2. Because we done squandered a couple games. It's only been like a couple games where we actually got beat. It's like Florida State. It's been a couple of games where we actually got beat. But so I mean, shouts out to them boys. They end up winning that game. Your boy Eddie Pinheiro missed a 46-yard field goal after DJ Moore stripped off his helmet. They threw the flag on him, so they pushed it back. And then your boy Eddie Pinheiro missed the extra point or the extra point that would have sealed the game when the last 12 seconds of the regulation. And then we went into overtime, and I think Marcus Mariota threw an interception. Panthers returned it a little bit, and Eddie Pinheiro missed another field goal. So we had the opportunity to still win the game. The Falcons ended up winning the game, so we are now atop of the division. So that's that Falcons recap, man. I respect it. But you don't got nothing to say about the Broncos and Russell Wilson?
Man, I ain't got nothing to say about that man.
Didn't they win? They won last week in London.
Yeah,
they had to go across the water, get off American soil to win.
We're gonna see how how the rest of that go. Buffalo, I'm just hope we stay the course. Keep winning.
Yeah,
just keep winning.
I'm about to hop into some of these picks.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do that and get on.
Yeah.
Mama hell out.
Shout out to
the Rattlers versus Southern game, man. Come on.
You got winning that game tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know your good cousin at the helm at Southern. Hey, bro, you gonna go against your alma mater, bro, for your family.
I got Southern winning. I got Bichon McCray going crazy.
You got a Southern jersey too?
Nah, I ain't got no Southern jersey.
You should tell your cousin to send you a Southern jersey so you can rock that bit. That'd be hard. That'd be hard. But let's get some of these picks. I got Buffalo versus the Jets.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one, man. Oh man, I tell you, if Sauce Gardner, if he pick off
versus Stephon Diggs.
Oh man,
it was a crazy stat. I should have marked it. It was a crazy stat they had about Sauce Gardner. That he don't held guys to like very, very small numbers or something like that. for the for like as for I think it's like the lowest numbers as being as a rookie corner or something like that.
Crazy.
So
It
he
is
balling
probably.
right now. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I still got
I like
Buffalo winning that game, even though I think the Jets gonna put up a fight. So it's gonna be like I can see that being like 31-28, 31-27. Buffalo
True.
score late. Panthers versus the Bengals.
Bengals.
I got the Panthers winning. I think the Panthers playing pretty good football. They should have beat Atlanta last week, but they didn't. Green Bay versus Detroit.
Green Bay versus Green Bay.
I got Detroit, bro. I feel like Green Bay is crumbling. They're gonna miss the playoffs, and they're gonna draft another quarterback and piss Aaron Rodgers off in the offseason again. Colts versus Patriots.
Patriots. Just playing Colts.
I got the Patriots.
I got Patriots.
Matt Ryan ain't playing.
All right.
They benched him.
They benched him.
The Falcons versus the Chargers.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
They said 1:00 too. So I mean, it's in Atlanta.
I like Falcons. It's in Atlanta. They're the Birds.
Jacksonville versus the Raiders.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, I got Jacksonville. Dolphins versus the Bears. The Bears just got a new
Dolphins.
receiver.
I still like Dolphins, bro.
I got the Dolphins winning, but I won't be shocked if the Bears they at home and they sneak out a win. Vikings versus the Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. I said the Redskins.
You said the Vikings.
I'm still used to it. The Commanders. I'm still used to saying I see that maroon and yellow. I
like Commanders. They gonna fight for Ron Rivera, man.
He on the verge of getting fired. They 4-4. They're not doing terribly.
His mom passed.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I seen a bulletin about it.
Oh damn. Seahawks versus the Cardinals.
So what?
Cardinals at home with D Hop back.
D Hop back. I like Cardinals.
Yeah, I got the Cardinals winning.
But I wouldn't be surprised though if the Seahawks.
What Gino said?
But I ain't get the message or something. Hey, we forgot. Hey, we're supposed to always remember that forever. Hey, Gino.
No, you said they tried to write him off, but he didn't write back though.
Yeah, I ain't write back though. That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh man. Then Rams versus the Bucks. 430, 425. Yeah, I got the Rams winning. I need Tampa Bay to fucking struggle. Tom Brady want to announce his divorce and stuff like he want the world to feel bad for him. F that. We don't feel bad. Should have stayed home. Maybe you could have salvaged your marriage. Right, Z? And then Tennessee Titans versus Kansas City. I think Ryan Tannehill's game is questionable.
Game.
He's questionable. So I don't know how that game's gonna go.
Tennessee Titans.
Really? To beat Kansas City? I guess even with your boy from Florida at the helms and the receiver, Kadarius Toney playing for the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Nah, I like Chiefs.
Yeah, but he easily persuaded, bro. But I got the Chiefs.
I forgot about KT.
They gonna scheme that boy like crazy.
Because I like what Bieniemy said today.
Tyreek Hill again.
the enemy was like, I don't know, what I don't know what that was New York. That was whatever he had in New York, but here we love him here in Kansas City.
So he know what he got.
Like, yeah, and he know whatever was going on ain't what's really going on.
I don't know. Kadarius Toney is a wild man.
We're gonna see.
I feel it though. I think I like the Chiefs too. Then Monday Night Football to close out the podcast. We got the Ravens versus the Saints. The Aints. The ain't nobody.
Ravens, man. What's all this talk about with Lamar to Atlanta? Real quick, if you can inform me.
I was about to say that, bro. I was about to bring that up. I mean, pretty much they is getting to a weird place where they feel like the Ravens don't want to pay Lamar Jackson the money that he wants because he wants Deshaun Watson guaranteed money, pretty much. And they get into the place where they don't. I don't know. As people out there just like speculating. They ain't nothing like legit, but it's like people coming out saying this that. And then Atlanta, you know how Atlanta been tight with, like, they haven't been able to sign a bunch of people, sign a bunch of like free agents and stuff like that. Our cap space for at this off season is gonna be back to where we can drop a bag for a quarterback like Lamar Jackson and still better bring in quality free agents in.
You get some play around money.
Yeah, like I think our salary cap gonna be up to like 75 to 80 million. I said 1,000. 75 to 80 million. So we're gonna have the money to be able to sign some key free agents. So they're saying if the Ravens decide to move on from him and he decides to go to the free agency pool, I mean, it's just speculation. I feel like if he could, especially with Tua playing better in Miami, because I definitely feel like he would have tried to go to Miami if he felt like it was a position or somewhere he could play. Even though Marcus Mariota not playing terrible, he's not doing as bad as everybody expected him to do. So but I know we definitely gonna be trying to look to get younger and bring a young quarterback in. Why not bring somebody in that's established already? But I know we ain't trying to pay. I know my the owners anyways. I'm not the GM and the coach. I can't read them as much as I used to be able to read Dan Quinn and the old GM that we used to have. I had got to the point where I can just read their every move. I knew they weren't going to go after certain free agents. So I don't know how it's going to go with this new staff. Will they be willing to pay a quarterback the caliber of Lamar Jackson, or do they want to start young and try to get like a CJ Stroud or Bryce Young or one of the other quarterbacks coming out next year? We not drafting AR. We're not bringing in Anthony Richardson. Not bringing in that garbage.
Never know.
I root for him if he put on Falcons jersey right now. He needs to stay in college another year.
Yeah.
Man, all right, man. Yeah, I sound like I was in a Chinese restaurant, boss.
Hey, bro, bro, what are y'all talking about out there, bro?
But yeah, man, it's been another episode of Aftermath Podcast, man. I'm just ready, man. I'm pumped up, excited. It's rivalry week, man.
You gotta keep the same. You gotta keep the same adrenaline for the net in like 2.5 more weeks. Yeah,
I ain't worried about that either, bro.
Yeah,
we're gonna run all over y'all. We're gonna drop like 400 on y'all. We're dropping 400 on Miami.
400.
Let's go. But yeah, man, I'm ready for this game. Less than 24 hours. We better be excited. We better be fired up. As long as Florida State come out and play Florida State football, not go back to. I don't see them doing that, but your team come out there and be kind of flat. But I don't see them boys come out being flat in a rivalry game. I feel like Mike Norvell gonna scheme it up. We dropped 30 plus on them boys. Hold them boys to less than 20. We good to go. We got the dub. Let's get out of Corals, Gables, or whatever the stadium is now. Miami Gardens. Let's get out of there with a dub. Get back to Tallahassee and get ready to go up to Syracuse next week. Like always, y'all like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about the podcast. When you do watch the podcast, go ahead and click that like button, man. Help the boys. Be easy.
For real. Easy, man. Appreciate y'all for real. For real, go Gators.
Go Nose.
Go Rattlers.
Y'all go listen to that Drake, man. That Drake is 21 Savage.
But we can't play it on here because you might pull it.
Yeah, Universal gonna pull it.
Yeah.